From the top of the CBS Interactive building in sunny, it's not very sunny today, San Francisco, California, it's the Byte Extra Crunchy with your host, Brian Tong.
Woo! What's up, everybody? It's like overcasty, sunny, cloudy.
It's a little overcasty outside.
Cloudy with a chance of meatballs. You ever see that movie?
I haven't.
It wasn't even that good. Like, everyone was all on that animated movie hype at that time, and everyone's like, it's so good. I'm like, it's all right.
Yeah.
It's all right. Call me when you got something better. Welcome, everybody, to the Byte Extra Crunchy episode 16. This is the show where we expand on topics. We talk about the nuances of some of the stories that you've seen in our actual Byte video podcast. That's once a week. It's a 5-minute show. This one, we go for around 30-ish?
Yeah, 30 minutes or so.
30-ish.
We dig into all the stories that you missed on the Byte. So, stay tuned. You might hear something new.
News happens. Myself, I'm Brian Tong. Come on, Stephen Beacham running the show.
At Stevie B.
Is it really? At
No, it's not.
They're going to start saying, oh, love the Byte. Stevie B, the music artist, is going to be a what is going on here.
I remember Stevie B back in the day.
What is it? Oh, yeah. He's got some good ones. You know what I'm talking about?
Totally.
What is? He also had like a ballad song that I can't pull out of my head right now, but we should probably get going. Also, just want to make a side note, a personal note. The Warriors are 13-0.
13-0.
By the time you listen to this, they might actually break the dang record. So
they're awesome, man.
We'll keep you posted. It's amazing. Sorry, Clipper fans that enjoyed the Byte. I'm sorry.
I saw a news story, and they just published pictures of Clippers players just being upset after the Warriors game. It was like the best. It was the best post I've ever seen.
Oh, it's so good. All right, guys, welcome to the Byte Extra Crunchy. Again, to be a part of the show, we always take your calls. We make you guys a part of the show. We even involve our Periscopers, who are right now over 250 deep watching the show live, although you're going to be listening to this later. The phone number to call us if you want to leave a voicemail, talk to us, ask some questions, maybe your thoughts on a certain product or what things are going on in the Apple world. 1-800-616-2638 is the magic phone number. Leave a voicemail. Tell us your name, where you're from. Get right to it. We'll put you in the show.
Yeah.
Did you say...
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Yeah, we get a lot of great voicemails, and keep them coming, guys, because you guys are asking awesome questions. Me and Brian have to do some research occasionally before the show to answer your questions, so... Yeah, keep them coming. It's cool.
Wait, Beacham, didn't you say someone left their phone number?
Yeah, some guy he called. He left his name. He left his phone number. So appreciate that. I'm not gonna call you, and we're not gonna play your call in the air for your privacy.
We will not. But what we will do today is talk about the iPad Pro. There is obviously more fallout. If you can't see this, I am shaking my pencil at the camera. It's a good scolding stick, but it's actually also a really cool pencil.
Let me see that thing. I haven't.
I'm gonna throw it to you.
Don't throw it.
This is a $99 pencil. We're gonna hear if you catch. Ready? Here we go. Catch this. Oh yeah, there you go.
Caught it.
He caught it.
Oh, wow, that's pretty cool.
It's like it feels like ceramic-y.
Yeah,
it's really nice. So
it's heavy.
while
too.
Steven is playing with the iPad Pro pencil and just like checking it out, we want to talk about DisplayMate. Every time a new tablet comes out, DisplayMate puts them through the test. DisplayMate is known for basically their benchmarking of the quality and what these LCD tablets, their screens and displays, how they perform, how they compare to others. Now, they consider the iPad Pro a top-tier display for tablets, which is a good thing. Overall, it got an A- based on their scoring. But if you had to guess, Beacham, I don't know if you know this, what product bested the iPad Pro? What do you think it would be?
In terms of tablets?
Yeah, and across, we're talking about multiple brands. What do you think might be in that running?
That's a really tough one. Maybe the Pixel.
Okay, keep on. Any other shots in the dark you'd like to go for?
I mean, the Microsoft, what's it called?
The Surface Pro, the newest one.
Yeah.
I will give you major kudos.
Okay.
The Surface Pro is one of those displays that bested the iPad Pro.
Nice.
But even better, they call it unequivocally the best tablet display in the entire market, the iPad Mini 4.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Based on color gamut, color accuracy representation, reflectance, across all these different benchmarks they measured, the iPad Mini 4 was the best in class, if not they called record-breaking based on all previous displays before it.
Wow.
So the iPad Pro, maybe they should call it the iPad Kinda Pro?
The iPad Semi-Pro.
That was. You guys see the Will Ferrell movie Semi-Pro? That's what it makes me think of when you say that.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, iPad Kinda Pro, iPad Semi-Pro. I still love it. We'll talk more about it. I actually tried using it as a lab, like literally tried to use it as my dedicated computer.
Yeah, how long did that last?
I see. It's funny you say that. Literally, I'm not even kidding. I forced myself 15 minutes.
Oh my god! Like, okay,
because
you already run into a problem right away, right?
Then, quite honest, because look, I do. Not only do I do emails, I do spreadsheets, I do show rundowns, I do reading links, copying links, pulling video, Photoshop, editing videos.
Yeah,
I do all that in a day. The iPad Pro can't do that efficiently. It just can't.
Yeah.
Now then I took out the Surface Pro 4, and I didn't do Photoshop on it because I just didn't want to, because I didn't have a mouse set up with it yet. But 80% of what I just told you, I was able to do on the Surface Pro without feeling like, I've got to like open up a new app. Oh, I've got to do this. It really comes down to how you use it. But why do I have an iPad Pro? Because I'm a media consumption junkie when I travel.
Yeah.
So for work purposes, it's not even close. It's not even close.
Yeah.
And anyone who picks it up and tries, when Tim Cook says, "Oh, I could do it, replace my work computer," it's only because he's on phone calls and he's doing email and reading reports.
Yeah.
There's just no way.
He's not doing all the dirty work that we have to do.
Anyone creating any type of work content, it's just the Surface Pro has a trackpad on its keyboard case. Okay,
cool.
That's all you need to know.
That's cool. And then you can also plug in stuff to it, right? Like USB sticks.
Yeah, you can plug in
that,
accessories and things like that. But do I love the iPad Pro for what it is? Yes. But does it have the power to be more? Yes. But it has a long ways to go. We have some calls related to that we'll get to later in the show. An iPad Pro Bugaboo, Apple is now investigating iPad Pros being unresponsive after charging it over a long period of time. The iPad Pro pretty much goes to sleep. You might think it's broken, and your only hope is to press the hard restart.
That's a bad Apple there.
Guess who that has happened to multiple times already?
Really?
This guy.
Oh my god.
This guy. I freaked out, right? I bought the first time I charge it, I'm like, whoa, what's going on, right? You're like touching stuff. I'm like, do I really have to I didn't know this until this story came out, right? I'm like, do I really have to hard restart this? Hard restart worked. I'm like, okay, cool. The next night, plug it in again.
Thing.
It went once it hit around like 87% or something, shut down again, and I had to hard restart. And then I'm like, this is weird. So I didn't really think anything of it. And then I saw these articles and reports and people talking about it. And then I'm like, it's a thing.
So is that a software bug?
I think so.
Yeah, because when I first did my iOS update, the latest one, then my phone was doing the same thing. I mean, not with charging, but it was crashing, and I have to do hard reboots.
I think it's an iOS 9 issue more than anything else. It's some bug in the system. Like you said, that's exactly what's gonna get to you. Like read my mind, right? Because we're like simpatico. We're like in tune.
I can read your mind.
We are in tune, man. We're in sync. Bye, bye, bye. This is like the musical edition of the show or something. But yeah, it happened to people that updated their phones. It's happening to the iPad Pro. Apple is investigating it.
Ooh.
What should we call this one?
We will let you know.
Should we call this Powergate? Restart gate? People get all pissed off when we start calling things gate now.
Charger iPad gate.
Powergate. All right, more Apple stores beginning to receive the very limited stocks of the Apple Pencil, the one that Stephen Beacham has in his hand.
Yes, check this thing out.
We're gonna
I
do
like the white one. It's pretty cool.
You know what? I think for next week's show, even though people can't see it, I think we should have a drawing contest. I think you and I should pick a picture, the same picture, then each do our best rendition possible of it.
Okay.
And then show the result and see who does better.
That's a great idea.
Maybe we'll have a limited time, like you have to replicate this picture in like 20 minutes.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Right? And
cool.
I'm not going to practice on it, and I don't want you to practice on it, but we should at least come to agreement of a picture, and then see who replicates it.
Maybe we should just do it live on the show and give each other like 30 seconds or something.
Like Pictionary?
Yeah. Have some music for it.
Oh my God, the iPad Pro could be awesome for Pictionary.
Oh, yes.
I didn't even think about that. Wow. Yeah. I found another use case for it.
Yeah, I have not one artistic bone in my body, so I'm gonna draw stick figures. That's all good.
I've got a little bit. Also, we just want to show you guys a video for those of you watching Surface Pro versus iPad Pro. A lot of people have finally been able to start putting it through the paces. I tend to rely on people that are actual artists to show me how well it is because, sometimes you have, no offense to anybody, but you have people like, hey, look at what I drew on the iPad. Like, you're not going to use it every day like a digital artist is.
No.
So I want to see what these artists have to say. They both agree that the pencil and the Microsoft Surface Pro pen is very responsive. It does change its responsiveness based on apps. They did say the Apple Pencil does respond to pressure better, and when you write really small, finer print, the Apple Pencil tends to be a little better at that as well.
Huh.
So a little more detailed. Again, other people, they'll also say they love the eraser on the Surface Pro pen. Like, really, Apple should have put an eraser on that thing.
Oh, really? It doesn't have an eraser.
It doesn't. So when you flip the Surface Pro pen on its backside, it can be served as an eraser.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Which is super cool.
Yeah, I mean, that's what a pencil does. Apple.
Not an Apple Pencil. An Apple Pencil can
Whoa.
do whatever it wants.
Watch, there'll be like a $30 like add-on piece that you can like stick on the top of it.
It'll be like,
It'll be the eraser.
connect to the lightning port and then have another lightning port. It'll be like maybe a $50 adapter.
$29.99.
That's actually a really good point. If you predict that, we need to save this clip right now.
Yeah, what's the date?
need to save this clip right now.
11/20/2015.
Yeah. All right. Also, the stress tests. It's the internet age. People like put everything possible under some kind of torture test. Zach Straley, my man on YouTube, decided to like put the pen in an iPad Pro and like bend it and like put weight on it and wiggle it side to side. And we found some very revealing conclusions from this. If you bend something enough and try to break it enough, it will break.
It will break.
It will break.
That's incredible.
So right now he's just showing.
Let's see.
You could
I'll
just fast forward in the video a little bit, like just keep on going a
Where does
ton.
he break it at?
Like way later. He's right now he's like wiggling it and stuff.
Oh, that's how
He's
you
like,
plug
sorry.
it in. That looks
Yeah,
so funny.
that's the only way to charge it in. So that's why I said
Oh,
you can
there
use
he
it like a
goes.
protest sign.
Yeah,
you
he
could, like-
broke- he broke that pretty easy.
You pop it in the port.
Left it
But
on
it's supposed to be
the
pretty
table
sturdy,
with the
so.
pen sticking out.
I don't know. Bang, bang,
Look at
Well,
that.
bang.
definitely resistant. Let me try something a little harder.
All right. People
Okay,
listening
yeah,
are like,
I'll fast
whatever. We're totally over listening to this guy go. All right, let's just like push the pencil down and like.
Hey, that
break
looks
it."
like every iPad connector or,
lightning
or,
cable.
iPhone cable I have.
It
right
looks
there.
like a lightning cable, all bent up and all torn up and everything.
Oh man.
Also, this one's kind of cool if you believe in unicorns in the tech space. A rare manufacturing error leaves the iPad Pro with a silver iPad Pro with a gold Touch ID ring. So a user on 9to5Mac submitted it and said, look, guys, I have this. He called Apple. Apple said it was a manufacturing error that is extremely rare. It's a silver iPad with a gold Touch ID ring. What did the guy do?
Put it on eBay.
Put it on eBay. That's what
Smart
he did.
move, man.
I think they were still
Seriously.
stuck on the pen right now on the video.
Oh, sorry.
It's
What
okay.
am I doing? Here we
There
go.
we go.
There we go. Yeah.
So there you go. You can kind of see it in the picture here for people that are listening. You can't see this. It's a gold ring around a silver iPad Pro. Put it on
Wow.
eBay. I don't know
Yeah.
if he actually sold it though, because it looks like he took down the auction early. But and
I wonder if Apple contacted him. They're like, hey. I don't know.
well, they said that if he wanted one that was colored properly, he would have to return it and to get it swapped out. I would keep that thing.
Yeah, keep it.
That's super cool.
It's cool.
Super cool. All right. You know what? We like to keep the lights on here at CNET, and we have sponsor time.
Ooh, hang on a second.
This is
hang
actually.
on.
Oh, you have a little jingle
I
for
have
this.
a little jam for the background.
This is actually good. So while I talk, today's podcast is sponsored by Scotty Vest. I've seen these guys have been around for years. They make these cool vests. It's the clothing company that designs multi-pocket clothing that lets you carry and use all of your gadgets and daily essentials. With up to 42 pockets in a single item, you'll have space for the iPhone, the MacBook, the iPod, the iPad. Yes, I said MacBook. And other gadgets, plus your wallet, your keys, your sunglasses, and more.
Specialist in functional fashion for over 15 years, Scotty Vest caters to tech junkies by cleverly engineering pockets to balance the load and keep you comfortable while giving you easy access, baby, to your electronic devices. Hey, Easy, why you wear your pants like that? Easy access, baby.
Easy
Scotty
access.
Vest has the perfect holiday gift for all the gadget lovers in your life, including yourself.
So check it out, guys. Go to scottybest.com/AppleByte. Get the 20% off with the coupon code. Again, the code AppleByte. AppleByte. There you go. Boom.
Right
Thanks,
on.
Scotty Vest. We dig
Yeah, it
it.
looks kind of like a tactical vest, sort of, you know?
I
Like
mean,
from the military, kind of.
yeah, you literally
cool.
could throw it. throw everything under the sun in that.
Hell yeah.
Snacks at a movie? Scotty vest. Diapers for your kid? Scotty
I
vest.
could use that.
We could make a killer.
Wipes.
They should just have us make a crazy ass killer promo right now,
Oh man.
right?
Yep. Okay. I think we've handled that.
All right, let's keep on rolling through the show. Thank you for everyone for listening to that. Check it out, scottybest.com/applebite. Okay, other things we wanted to kind of follow up with last week's show. We asked people, someone asked, can I use the new Apple remote with the old Apple TV? And then I said, well, do they even sell the new remote separately? Yes, the answer is yes. Apple sells the Siri remote with the touchpad separately. They sell it for $79.
Oh man.
But then it got me thinking. I'm like, wait, $79 for the remote? Isn't the Apple TV, the new Apple TV, the entire package, $149? Dude, the remote is more than the freaking Apple TV.
That's crazy.
Like, the Apple TV is like $70 if you just strip the remote away. The remote is $79, dude.
Wow.
How is the remote more than the set-top box? It is when you're Apple. I literally couldn't believe that.
That's why they're the biggest company in the world.
They're hoping to sell a lot of remotes.
Yes.
Let's just put it that way. Also, Apple Watch getting the little extension links for the space gray, that space black link. You were feeling that design specifically. I remember.
Yeah, totally.
That was the one that you said if I was going to get one, that was the one. So they have these extension kits for people with really large wrists, myself not included. I think I removed like 5.
Oh, really?
I think I removed like 5 of them. Also, we keep on going. Apple has their headphones that match their devices. Apple is now not only doing a gold headphone by Beats, they're also doing a rose gold phone.
Oh my gosh.
Rose gold headphones. So if you if you click on the last color of that configuration, you'll be able to see the it's rose gold.
Oh, this one right here? Oh, I see.
Up top. Near the green, yes, and then a little higher. Near the green that says add to bag, there's like 4 color dots.
I'm sorry, I'm missing it. Oh, got it.
You know what that's like?
Rose gold.
You know when you're telling someone to do something on their computer and you see it and they don't?
Yeah.
And you're like, no, click there.
It's
click
very
there.
frustrating.
And
right?
you're like, no, it's over there. Click over there. It drives me bonkers.
I know, it drives me crazy too.
Anyways, Apple Rose Gold Beats headphones. Go and get them for all you ladies and gentlemen. There are a lot of dudes that were on fire about that that rose gold. I swear, I'm not even kidding. I got a lot of tweets about that stuff. Rose gold, bro. All right, Apple Pay. Great progress here. Apple Pay by the end of the year and the beginning of this year to roll out support for Domino's and Cinnabon.
Oh, there you go.
Cinnabon. I just had a Cinnabon.
Cinnabon.
Dude, I just had a Cinnabon when I watched this. I kid you not, I had a Cinnabon when I went to the Steve Jobs movie this past weekend that you and I are going to talk about later.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
I was going to say you had to be in like a movie theater or an airport to get Cinnabon.
Most definitely. Also, Walgreens is going to become the first retailer to accept their rewards cards using Apple Pay. So one of the new functions of the Wallet app is that it supports rewards cards. Walgreens is going to be a part of that. And also, internationally, we've had a lot of callers ask, when is Apple Pay coming to my area? They've probably already heard about this. Apple Pay is now available in Canada with American Express. Right? You have to be on American Express. Not everyone is. Baby steps. Also, good day, mates. Australia finally getting Apple Pay support as well if you have an American Express card.
Nice.
And then the UK is getting support from 2 new banks, Tesco Bank and TSB. But at least you're starting to, instead of being hopeless and wondering when is any of this going to happen, you're starting to see progress. Apple is working with more banks to get more support. So it's just going to be a matter of time for Canada and Australia to keep on getting the love with the Apple Pay.
Yeah, when I was traveling yesterday and I had my Southwest ticket on my phone, right? And there was an option to add it to my Apple Wallet. I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. So, you just put your whatever.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool.
And you did it, right?
No, I didn't, because I don't use Apple Wallet.
Here's the thing. And let me tell you, because I travel all the time, right? Like pretty much every other week minimum. Once you add it to your Apple Wallet, the cool thing is because it knows when your flight is on your lock screen.
Oh.
Once it's about like an hour before your flight, it shows up on your lock screen, and then you just swipe, and then it shows the boarding pass immediately. You don't have to dig into your phone.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, because I do have to dig into my phone. and
You're
get my
right. Then
boarding
you go
pass.
like, oh, where's my boarding pass? Or sometimes people just like having the physical ticket. But I'm just saying I've gone to the habit of using that specifically for my travel.
Nice. Well, I will keep that in mind for the next time. Coming up soon, actually.
So we just teased about a little bit of the Cinnabon Bonbon. I had it at the movies. Like Beecham and I made a commitment to go to see the Steve Jobs movie because they recently, remember we told you they pulled it from 2,000 screens.
Yeah, and they
We're like, we got to see
gone
this.
soon.
It's probably a good idea if we do this Apple Byte podcast that we actually watch the movie. And so, Steven, I'd like to kind of hear your overall consensus. And how about this on a rating of 3? What is it? How about 5 apples? After you give us your scoop and your skinny, what would you rate the movie?
I'm gonna give it 3.5 apples.
Ooh.
I thought it was really good. It was very dialogue heavy, and that's probably why it wasn't so popular. There was no explosions. There was no like aliens or laser beams.
There were explosions. Steve Jobs' mouth was the
Yes.
explosions.
Yeah,
right?
and a lot of it was like really inside baseball. Like a lot of things that only people who really followed Steve Jobs would know about. Like his boss firing him and stuff like that. So I did love it. I did really like it a lot. My wife, except for the woman kicking my chair behind me the whole time.
Oh, I hate that.
Ah!
The nervous knee.
It reminded me why I don't like to see movies in movie theaters.
The nervous knee that just like da 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 da
Yeah.
da 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 da.
She was kicking me the whole time, and
I turn around and say, "Can you stop? Can you stop
I did.
shaking your leg?"
I did twice, and I was just like, "Okay, I guess you're just gonna keep kicking my chair." At
That's
one point, I was like, "You're
ridiculous.
just gonna keep kicking my chair," But other than that, it was great. I thought it was really good. I enjoyed it a lot. My wife cried too. My wife.
What?
Yeah, she cried.
Which part? Oh wait,
when he gives the
at the end part stuff.
yeah, like the fight though, right? When they have the fight
Yeah.
in front of all the people.
Yeah.
That
That's
would
good.
never happen.
I don't think that really happened.
I think Waz even came out and said himself that it didn't
Yeah,
happen, that
Like-
it was all fiction.
And you get all the people with the awkward like.
Yeah, everyone's like
Awkward looks
looking
and
at
everything.
him.
So, anyways, that's our review. Beecham gives it 3.5 stars. I mean apples. I think that Beach might have given it 4 apples if the lady wasn't kicking your chair the whole time.
Yes. Yes.
And I definitely give it a solid 3. I liked it. Okay, enough about the Steve Jobs movie. The show is about you guys as well, you guys and gals. So let's take some calls. We're going to hear what you guys have to say, and we're going to talk about it.
All right.
Hey guys, it's Jordan Richards from Adelaide, Australia. I love your show. I'm not sure if I left a voicemail or not.
You did.
I don't know. But just wondering, do you think Apple will ever do a universal operating system like what Microsoft has done? Like with the new Surface, actually with the iPad Pro and the keyboard, it reminds me a lot of the Surface. But I was just wondering if you think Apple will ever do a universal OS across all their devices. All right, thanks. Bye.
Thanks, Jordan. Regular caller, a long-time listener.
Yes,
right?
he calls every
he's the
week,
man.
man.
But if you're feeding us good things to think about and talk about, we're going to keep on showing you love and putting it right back. Right off the top, right now, the answer is no, and I'll tell you why. Apple still is very stubborn about how they feel. They've continued to kind of position this as the iPad Pro is its own device, its own experience. They refuse to acknowledge the fact that the Surface Pro basically exists. They also refuse to acknowledge that the iPad Pro is a result of the Surface Pro's success and what they did. And I think once you start seeing people actually threaten Apple's market share, meaning you start seeing people going towards the Surface Pro because it really is the only tablet right now that can truly serve as a desktop laptop type hybrid, then once Apple feels threatened a little bit, I think you'll see them, although they're working on it in the background, I think you'll see them make a real push to try and satisfy that audience. Look at them historically. Samsung had the big screen phone. Apple refused the big screen phone for probably 2.5 years. Took them a long time. And guess what they have now?
Boom.
A big screen phone. Apple knows that they have the marketing muscle to do whatever they want. They see what trends are happening. And then when they feel the squeeze a little bit or they see their percentages of market share dropping a little, they do what those other companies do and they bring them right back. And that's exactly what we saw with the iPhone 6 and the 6S.
Yeah, I mean, when Windows 8 came out, it was very tailored towards the Surface tablets, and everyone freaked out who was a Windows user.
Yes.
And it was like, I can't use my computer like this. Like, I can't turn off an app without having to swipe and do all this crazy stuff. Then they quickly did the 8.1 update to fix that, right? And now Windows 10 is like the perfect, it's like a hybrid kind of
It's really good. Honestly,
OS, which
it's
is really
really,
cool.
really cool, really good. I like the fact that you have the quick swipe tap to basically change it from desktop mode to more of a tablet mode.
Yes.
Really smart. The thing though, then, if you want to talk about, I'm raving about the Surface Pro. I think the drawback of the Surface Pro though is as a touch device, although cool, it's not nearly as extensive as Apple because of the app ecosystem, right?
Yeah.
So you can go into touch mode. It has those great big Metro tiles.
Yeah,
but
which I don't really like.
Yeah, but what the content on there, other than your basic general services, all these apps, all these other games, all these other creative apps and things of that nature, they're on the iPad Pro.
Yeah, exactly.
So the iPad Pro still succeeds as a touch device. The Microsoft Surface Pro doesn't fail, but it just doesn't have the support there. And it really shines as a true laptop-y type hybrid that has some touch functionality.
Yeah, I mean, I love my Windows 10 machine now that it, it's all, I could touch things and just, it looks just looks prettier now.
Yeah.
So
yeah. It's real
much
nice.
more easier to use.
So there you go. I don't think we'll see it until they actually feel real threatened. They are working on something, but they are so stubborn right now. Just wait till they change their tune, which is what typically happens.
All right, number 2.
How you doing? First of all, I just want to say I'm a huge fan of your show, and I love everything you're doing. My name is George Haynes from Houston, Texas, and my question, I want to know what does Apple have to do with the iPad Pro in the future to be able to replace the current laptops and desktops? Thank you.
George Haynes, I got nothing but love for you, except the fact that you're in the same city where the Rockets are, and I'm in the city where the Warriors are. I'm just playing, George. This question kind of dovetails to what we're talking about. What does Apple need to do? If they want me to use the iPad Pro as a laptop, they're gonna have to come up with something better than what they have right now, a la something that Microsoft Surface is doing now. What else they would need to do with the iPad Pro that people aren't talking about as much? I've used the pencil for several days now. The thing that sticks out about the iPad Pro to me the most is that we have these drawing apps that currently existed. They're adapted a little bit better to the iPad Pro, but if you want to treat this like a pro device, you have to have pro apps, like true pro apps.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if developers are going to really jump on board and make a dedicated pro app just for the iPad Pro.
Yeah.
That takes a lot of investment in resources. They already have an iPad version of the app, but to make it a truly pro app, like, would we ever see true Photoshop on this stylus-based?
I don't know.
I don't.
It's going to start to get messy.
Right?
All the apps and all the...
So Adobe has to invest in it. They have to do it. They have to direct all their resources in it. They have more basic stripped-down versions and a nice sketching app, but not true Photoshop.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the biggest thing that will we see in 6 months to a year. I talk about the potential of it. Will we see actual dedicated pro apps? Some of the apps that are super popular that exist on the desktop adapted to an iPad Pro? I don't know. I don't know yet because, Microsoft, Adobe fledged their support, but the apps are still pretty much working exactly the same as they were before the iPad Pro came out.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
Cool.
We
Thanks,
will
George.
see.
And I was born in Houston, George, so word up.
You were born in Houston?
Oh, yeah. I'm born in Houston. Born and raised.
Why are you staring at me like that? Like he's like, dude, seriously, you're gonna knock H-Town?
We were calling out the Rockets. I'm a Rockets
I'm not calling out
sort of.
I'm not calling out H-Town. I'm calling out the Rockets. I've spent extensive time in H-Town. They have some great places to go at night.
Yeah, that was a good. The playoffs when they played the Warriors in the playoffs. That was a good.
It was a good series because we won. I'm not gonna be that guy. All right, next call.
All right.
Hi, my name is Gio. I'm from Michigan, and I was wondering what you think Apple's going to do with its other iPads now the iPad Pro's out. Apple didn't really upgrade the iPad mini by much, and they didn't really upgrade the iPad Air at all. So how do you think Apple will treat their iPads going forward? Do you think they'll treat it like the iPod Touch or like the iPhone, or what do you think? Thank you, and I love the show. Bye.
Thanks for calling, my man. I do think that they're not going to treat it like the iPod Touch where it just exists and never really gets updated. But I think the update cycle, which has already been proven, is going to be less. The iPad Air never got a 3 version, so we'll see that. Apple's getting thin from a manpower standpoint, and you can see this reason being they put all these resources in the Apple Watch. They put all these resources in the Apple iPad Pro. Something had to suffer, and it was the iPad Air 3, right? I think that you'll still see an upgrade this coming year for the iPad Air 3. It'll be an incremental upgrade. Tablets, the market is still slow. It's not like we're seeing everyone run out and get a tablet just because the iPad Pro came out. Yeah. It's going to help bump them up a little bit, but I think when they look at the market, they're not going to be doing an upgrade every year. It might be more like a year and a half, a year and 3/4 for iPad upgrades. That's how I feel based on what they've also shown us from this past year. And when I look at the iPad Pro, there's a lot of power on here that's untapped. There's no reason for them to all of a sudden do an upgrade in a year when they still need real apps that work for it and developers to work off of a baseline that they can get used to and familiar with. So,
plus their keynotes would just be like 5 days long. It'd be like, okay, coming out the iPad 4 mini, and just forever. It'll take too long. We'll be here all day.
We love it when their keynotes last over 2 hours here. Yeah. It's awesome. So yeah, that's where I'm sticking with that. I mean, like you said, Beach, you've still had your
I still
iPad
got the
2?
iPad third generation.
Third gen.
And I'm actually was thinking the other day, maybe I should buy a second third generation for my other son, so they have matching iPads. I don't know why, but yeah, my other one's getting older now, so he's like, they're fighting over the iPad.
You don't even have an iPad. It's their iPad.
No, it's not my iPad at all.
It is theirs. All right, everybody. We are just gonna wrap up, I think.
All right.
Did we fall within like the 30-minute time frame?
I think so, yeah.
I think we're pretty good to go.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for listening. All of you, tell your friends, tell your mom about the Apple Byte Extra Crunchy. She's gonna learn things. I'm Brian Tong, Stephen Beacham. We'll see you guys next time. Oh, phone number.
Yes.
You want to do that?
Give us a call. 1-800-616-2638. Leave us a message under 30 seconds, preferably. Make sure you got a good line. We have some calls that just sound terrible. It's like, hey, my name's can't hear a thing. So yeah. So hit us up, guys.
All right. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks again. Peace.